Hello! This is my crazy hat. And this hat is so crazy, it doesn't even exist. Okay, I'm gonna have to explain that. You see, it's four-dimensional. Allow me to explain.
The idea is as follows. You start with a hemisphere. Then you stitch together the edge in such a way that the points opposite one another are joined together. There's just one problem. This is impossible, at least in 3 dimensions. However, with knitting there is a clever way to cheat, as it were. Observe that a knit surface is not solid, but is full of tiny little holes. This allows 2 knit surfaces to literally pass right through one another. One particular way of cheating shown here is named Boy's surface, after the mathematician Werner Boy, who discovered it in 1901. To knit this monstrosity, the first step was to create a polygon model. Its basic building blocks are a sphere on the bottom and 3 partial donut shapes that intertwine with one another at the top. The flat pattern for these pieces ended up looking something like this. Next, I needed to take the model I had created and derive a stitch pattern from it. The model you see here is painted black to cover up all the pen marks I drew on it. I probably drew hundreds of lines on this thing, figuring out how to create a stitch pattern. Once the stitch pattern had been created, the real fun could begin, attempting to knit it. Even though theoretically 2 pieces of knit fabric could pass right through each other, figuring out how to actually do this proved to be a real challenge. But in the end, my stubbornness prevailed, and the projective plane hat was formed. One of the strange things about the projective plane hat is that it can keep my head warm, even though it has only one side. To see what I mean, you need only look closely at one of the 3 bands of color in the hat. Each color band undergoes a half twist as it travels from one side of the hat to the other. So what was once the inside of the hat is now the outside, and vice versa.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to send this hat to TJ, because I know he has a contest where he's trying to get the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest hat collection, and I'm sure he will like this very unique hat. So that's what I'm going to do. I hope you like my hat. Don't know if it's going to be the craziest hat, but we'll see.